ninja, Raven, approached the target's hideout silently in the bright moonlight. He remembered he swore an oath to kill the person responsible for his daughter and wife's death. He couldn't forget that day, as he was filled with hatred, rage and vengeance. He had started training hard to get stronger. Until now. He remembered the screams of horror as the merciless killer, Greed, tortured his daughter and wife. Greed's motive was that Raven's wife was his ex-wife and was full of despair and vengeance. Raven wanted the police to execute him, but death penalties didn't exist. He managed to track down his secret hideout so he could assassinate Greed without anybody knowing. He approached the entrance with caution. The hideout was a big cave in a huge forest. It was dark and eerie, so he used a dim light to guise him. He ventured deeper and deeper into Tehran Cave. As he explored the cave, he saw splatters of bloods everywhere and there was a rotten corpse of a little child. It looked familiar and he suddenly realized it was his daughter. He was filled with dread and rage and he turned pale. His rage increased so much he had to sit and calm himself down. He soon continued to explore the deep dark cave when suddenly the floor started shaking. It was a trap. Boom. He jumped back quickly. The whole pathway had collapsed. There was another way to go to the end, but it was a suspicious-looking cave full of bugs. He sighed. It was his only option. He slowly walked through the cave. He shivered. Water was dripping from the roof. Bloop. Suddenly, he slipped. The ground was so wet that he was sliding against the floor. He was falling. He quickly threw his grapple hook at the wall. Bang. He held the rope tight. He was now hanging on the rope. Below was a massive deep lake. He gulped. He didn't know how to swim. He mustered all his strength and courage to climb up the rope onto the ground. Continued his journey down the cave, when suddenly he smelled a very foul odor. There were rotten leftovers of food everywhere. He assumed that he must be closer to him. He then noticed light coming from the room. He peeked inside and saw a fire. He could tell someone had been there. He moved with more caution and wariness than before. He saw a sleeping bag and lots of sharp knives with blood stains all over them. Suddenly, he felt a knife on his back. It was Greed. He quickly tried to stab him, but he dodged his attack. He smiled a wicked grin and he said in a croaky voice, "Good night, Raven."